Hey folks, hope you're all well. Just out for a couple of nights hike and camp here in the Canadian Rockies. Camping in a national park, so I've booked tent pads at a couple of alpine lakes. Not my preferred way of camping. I really enjoy searching out the campsites, but it's what you have to do in the national parks, and it's a beautiful spot, so that's fine. Also got a fishing license for this area, so I might throw a line in. Not sure how much luck I'll have, but it should be a bit of fun. Not too far to the first little lake, but it is quite steep, so I probably won't be doing a whole lot of filming. But yeah, hoping to get there within the next hour or so, and then get the tent set up and maybe do a spot of fishing. So I think I'm getting reasonably close to the lake. I think it's at the top of this waterfall that comes down here. And my path somehow gets me to the top of that. Looking at the map, I think it must go up here and then go across this cliff face somewhere. So looks a little sketchy from here, but hopefully it won't be too bad when we get there. The path is starting to emerge. It's actually not too bad at all so far. So finally arrived at the lake. It was a bit of a slog getting up here, but I think worth it. It's a pretty little spot. Also saw some fish surfacing, which is hopefully promising for the fishing. So I think the campsite's just a little bit further on, so I'm going to go and see if I can claim a campsite and then get set up. Been having quite a bit of trouble getting water through my water filter, so I thought I'd try out just using it as a gravity filter and just leaving it for a few hours, and it seems to be working. I can see a pretty steady little drip rate in there, so hopefully I'll have a litre of water in the morning, because that's a little bit of a concern if I'm struggling to filter water. Usually I just squeeze the big bag and through there without worrying about hanging it or anything, but that was proving really ineffective, and it doesn't help that I've got a broken finger, so I can't really squeeze it as well as I'd like. But yeah, hopefully that gravity system does the trick. So I didn't have much luck fishing, unfortunately, just got one bite, so never mind. Going to cook up a bit of dinner now. The light's fading pretty quickly, so I think I might turn the cameras off. So I'll see you in the morning. Morning folks, all packed up. I don't think I'll have breakfast here. I want to get moving. I slept in a bit longer than I'd planned. I was counting on the sun to wake me up and it's an overcast day. That's my excuse. There's a little squirrel running behind me there. So I'm going to get moving, head back down the way we came. It's actually a circuit loop that I'm doing, but I do need to backtrack down that steep bit at the end to get back on the main circuit and then head towards the lake that I'll be staying at tonight. Down on the flat now. I'd love to get down to this river and cool off and refill my water bottle, but it's kind of inaccessible where I currently am in this little canyon with steep walls, so hopefully there'll be a spot down soon. Just traveling through a little forest, and I've seen what looks like bear scat and a ton of berries, so trying to be a little bit louder through here. I've got my bear spray on me obviously, but I'd rather not startle a bear. Just arrived at this campsite, not the one I'm going to be staying at, just one along the way, but it looks like a good spot to filter my water and maybe get a spot of breakfast. Quick update, filter's working again now. I realised what I was doing wrong is that I was creating a seal between my fresh water bottle, the smart water bottle at the bottom there, and the filter, and that meant pressure was just building up as water was coming there, and effectively creating pressure that the filter had to push against. So now that I've just loosely connected that, yeah, it's dripping through quite well. So I've finally arrived at tonight's campsite. It was a bit of a slog, but really happy to be here. I think I might go claim a tent site and then grab a bit of lunch because I'm starving, but if someone else arrives, I'd like to get my pick of the spots. So far I haven't seen anyone for a long time, so I think there's a pretty good chance I've got the place to myself again. So let's hope that's the case. Anyway, I'm going to go find a spot and grab some lunch. This spot looks just fine. I'll just have a look to see if there's any improvements. Bit more of a treed spot, this one. It's not bad. The spot looks pretty good, pretty similar to the first one, to be honest. And just as a helicopter flies overhead, the fourth and last spot is just fine too. It's right up the back here. Probably go for one of the first three just to save myself a bit of walking backwards and forwards. For my Australian audience, when you're camping in Canada, you don't really want to keep your food in the same place as you're camping. So a lot of campsites have these bear-proof lockers. So this is where you can store your food and just keep the rest of your stuff that doesn't have scents and whatnot in your tent. spicy peanut udon for dinner tonight. Pretty good. So you may or may not have noticed I'm eating with a pretty tattered looking cardboard spoon here. The story behind that is I was on my way here and realised I'd forgotten my camping spoon and stopped at a fast food place, and this is what they had. So it's only really got to make it through tonight and tomorrow morning, so it's doing okay. The spicy peanut udon, really nice. I'm not sure if I filmed it or not last night, but I had another one of these backcountry gourmet meals last night. Not sponsored or anything, obviously. It's a local company out of Revelstoke, and the two that I've tried have been really good, and they don't have a lot of weird preservatives and whatnot, so yeah, promising. Morning folks, just enjoying a bit of breakfast here by the lake. My cardboard spoon made the distance. Every meal tastes a little bit like the previous one I've found, so my porridge tastes a little bit like spicy peanut this morning, but it's alright. Yeah, so once I'm done here, just going to pack up. Probably won't get a whole lot more footage because this camera's memory card's nearly full. I caught an awful lot of footage of me not catching fish yesterday, and I couldn't be bothered going through and figuring out what I can delete and what I can't. But yeah, so going to pack up, hit the road. Longest walk of the day today, back to the car, the end of the loop. So happy to be going early. But it's been a really fun little trip, really beautiful spot, and yeah, hopefully catch you on the next one. So just looking down this valley here, my path goes down here through this valley, turns left, and my destination is in front of those bigger mountains up there, I think. So about 10 kilometers left.